The windshield wipers on this car have always been an issue, pretty much ever since I got the car. Now, they don't wipe very well, and every time I use them, it just makes the windshield blurry and I can't see. So I need to replace the wiper blades. But it's also really rusty, so I want to do some more fixing in that area. Okay, so I pulled the wiper blades off, and it was kind of a fiasco. The plastic was really old and brittle, and I just kind of ended up breaking stuff because, well, it didn't really want to work like a wiper blade anymore. As you can see, these are really rusty, and while I'm at it, I might as well paint them. I have this whole front windshield seal that needs to be repainted, and I have the arms in the front and the arms as well as the back that are rusty and need to be repainted. So I'm going to try to sand them down and repaint them as best I can while I replace the windshield wipers. Now to get this painted, I have to take the windshield wipers off. I'm going to try to remove these rubber seals. Oh. I used a wire brush attachment on the drill to get most of the rust off, and then I used a random orbital sander to smooth it out. The sander worked pretty well for getting deep into the metal and removing the rust. Then after that, I hand sanded with 320 grit sandpaper. Alright, so here's the finished product, with all the rust gone. Next I have to degrease them, and then I can paint. Alright, so here's how our parts turned out. Not perfect, but as Matt would say, it's good enough. I think these are going to look great on the car, really enhance the look. Now that those are done, I'm going to move on to the front window sill. I'm going to try to get all the rust off, and then we're going to mask it, then paint it, and cross our fingers that we don't get any spray paint on the windshield. Let's get to it. Again, for the first part, I used the drill with a wire brush. After I got most of the surface rust and debris off, I switched to the random orbital sander. I used cardboard to cover the windshield while I was using the sander, just in case I slipped. Then I hand sanded with 320 grit. The rubber grommets that hold the windshield wipers didn't want to come off, so I'm just going to paint over them. This process never gets any better, no matter how many times you do it. If it's bodywork or making a cutting board, sanding is always part of the process. And in this case, it's the destination, not the journey. Now this window sill is about as clean of rust as I can get it, and I think it looks pretty good. I still need to wash it and degrease it, but it's pretty clean of rust, and I feel like it's going to come out pretty good once we're done. Alright, the masking is all laid down, and I want to get the first coat of paint in before it gets too dark. So I'm going to degrease it, and then I am going to start laying down some paint. Alright, looks good. Now, I don't want it to be too dark before I start laying down some paint, so let's get to it. For those of you wondering, to degrease, I'm just using any degreasing solvent, in this case engine degreaser, to clean the painting surface for better adhesion. Basically, it gets all the oils and gunk that were left from your fingers and equipment so the paint sticks better. We're going to let that dry, give it a couple more minutes. It's a really, really light coat, and then we're going to put in another coat. Alright, so I just laid down my final coat. Unfortunately, it got too dark, so I couldn't record it, but it's looking pretty good, and well, I'm going to let it sit for the night, and I'll see you in the morning. Alright, it's the next morning, and it looks pretty good. I did 3 coats, and all those coats were somewhat thick. Not the first one, of course, but I think it's on good enough for now. And yeah, let's pull this plastic off and see how it looks. I've decided before I pull all the plastic off, I'm going to do one more coat just to make sure that everything's on there nice and good. So, one more coat, here it goes. Alright, so that final coat is dry, so now we're ready for the most exciting part and the part that I've been waiting for the most, and that is to finally take the plastic off. Now I'm a little bit nervous, but of course it's going to turn out just fine. So let's get to it. Alright, and now for the final piece of tape. Alright, so now we're ready to reinstall our wiper blades. So let's start from the back. Well, this video is a part of a longer series where I do a full restoration of this car. And if you haven't seen the first video, I advise you go and watch it right now. It's pretty good. Well, the wipers are all done and nice, and it really changes the look of the car. But unfortunately, this will be the end of this video. So I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.